Hi guys, Rachybop here. Welcome to Sims Saturday. Today I'm finally going to be talking about the Simcity event I went to last week or the week before. I'm not sure. You guys will remember. It's a week last Thursday, I think. I was allowed the opportunity to take some screenshots, so I have 6 exclusive screenshots to show you later on in the video. But first I'm just going to go through the notes I made while I was there of things that were talked about and things that I noticed in the game while I played at Electronic Arts, and transfer what's in here to your brains. So it's been 10 years since the last Simcity, much too long. We got the opportunity to meet Kip Katsarelis, which was really awesome. He was really awesome. And he explained a few things about the game, saying that it brought new twists and it starts with a tutorial, which those of you who've seen the beta will have played that. You can play big business, you can have MultiCity, and you can have multiplayer. There's leaderboards, live updates, achievements. You can set it to private. Every city is connected by a highway. Those of you who've played the beta will know that as well. There's different road types, only some of those were available in the beta. We were allowed to play with a couple more. And the roads control the density, not the zones. And you can upgrade the roads as well. You can have curvy roads, free draw roads, straight roads, roundabouts, circular roads. And each time you draw a line you can have grid lines up. That's optional, you can turn them off, but they're quite good and they help you know how much space to leave for your buildings. You will get to grips with that a little bit more the more you play, and you realise that you're running out of space and you haven't put the roads far enough apart and things for certain types of zones and buildings as they grow. You'll definitely get to grips with that the more you play, and the grid lines are there to help you maximise the space within your region. And like I said, buildings can grow, so beware of that, because things like the police stations and hospitals and things, you can actually add add-ons to them, so you want to make sure you leave space for those. You can hold down the control key to zone out a complete area, and when you place industrial zones you will see the direction of the wind, so you know that all the fumes aren't going to go over your residential area. And when you do build these industrial zones, construction workers will come in. A really cool thing about the game is nothing works instantly. I made that sound like a bad thing, it's not. Everything, every job, every sim has a purpose, and like a wind turbine won't be turned on until your sim has been hired and made their journey in their car to the plant and switched on the wind farm things, which is really cool. And you can actually like click on each car and follow that car and see where it's going. But I did notice they do take quite a long way around. You can use 1, 2 and 3 for your control speeds. Every sim has a name. If you click on a house you'll see its individual details, its density meter. You'll hear audio from inside the house. If a sim is asleep in that house you will hear snoring. So the factories need workers to go as long as they've got power and water, and the shops will need to be bought and they'll need people to come work in them, they'll need shoppers. It's really great for storytelling, was something that Kip mentioned. You unlock a town hall which eventually will be upgraded to city hall. There's so many filters, really cool filters, not just cool looking. Like there are some really cool looking filters that also add another dimension to your play, but as well there's colourblind option, and there's 3 different types, because there's 3 different types of colourblind people in the world apparently, and this game caters for all 3 types. So the name of the region we started in was called Summer Shoals, and you could have llama speed, turtle speed and cheetah speed. It's turtle, llama, cheetah. I initially had an issue with the road, no idea why that happened. It was the first I'd gone into the game, tried to lay my road from the highway, didn't work, wouldn't connect. We restarted it, it worked fine. That's why we test games. They had speech bubbles over the houses. I'll show that later on in my screenshots, but if you've played the beta you'll already know about those. I did notice that the people, the actual Sims in the game, they walked really strangely. It was kind of funny. I don't know if they're going to improve that or not. There was also a neighbour region when we started to play in the tutorial, and this was called Lucky Shores, and I could get water from my neighbours. There was rain. There is weather in the game. There's rain and there's also fog. I didn't notice anything else. You can accept coal deliveries from your neighbours. It has a tilt shift effect on your region, which you can change in the settings if you want to switch it off, if you want to make it more intense or less intense. It really does add a cool effect to your city. You can see the coal truck coming if you do have coal in your city or it coming in from someone else's. If you click the power section on the bottom bar, you will see, and again you'll see that in my screenshot later, you will see where your power is running, same with water, sewage, etc. You can turn on and turn off buildings, so make sure that they are turned on while you're playing. In the tutorial, when it showed you the criminals, it played rock music, showed them going in and holding people hostage and shooting people. You could hear screams. It was quite terrifying actually. It does have day and night. I'll show you that in the screenshots. They are using the word plop, which I definitely approve of. If you place a building, it's called plop in a building. I feel like I should have trademarked that word. I like it. If there are trees in the way when you try to place a building, I did notice that they automatically clear, so it's not like SimCity Social where you have to actually clear the trees yourself and use up your energy. Annoying. It just clears them automatically. And it also, when you place an important building in a residential area, it will just get rid of the houses, it will just crush them. Your Sims will be affected by the neighbours. You might have one being upset that the next door's house is on fire and it could catch onto their house. There's maps of everything, happiness maps, pollution maps, everything. And I mentioned Lucky Shores before. This was a gambling city. We could go and visit that city and see how they're getting along. And then they had a Meteor Strike. This was in the tutorial, so we had to leave. When you do zone an area, it makes like a noise of a checkout. There's a solar power plant, but this kept cutting out. Obviously, because the weather isn't always good, when the sun goes in and things, it didn't have much power, but that's a cheaper option. To unlock the disasters, you have to earn achievements. You do get the opportunity to name your city. You'll see that later on in my screenshots. One of the ladies testing the game with us, she got a plague of zombies. If you do play MultiCity, your students can commute to other universities or schools, and you can set up a public transport system. You can run more than one city, and you can have mass transit. You can have ferries, trains, buses. Your sim might take a bus to the train station, then the train to the ferry, so on. If one city stops, if someone drops out the game and doesn't play anymore, you will still get power from that city as if they're still there, if you were getting power from them in the first place. You can send your sewage to a neighbour if they have a dump. That sounds wrong. You can share your services with a neighbour, so if you have a fire station and they don't, you can charge them to use your fire station, but make sure you've got more than one fire truck, otherwise your city's going to go up in flames. You can see your transaction history while you play, so you can see where everything's going and where everything's coming from. You can also gift money between each player, and a car will actually come over and drop that money off, or go over and drop that money off. There's also a Great Works city. This is something that you'll have to save to connect with. All the icons at the bottom, each one when you click it had an advisor, and the zones advisor looks a lot like Gary Barlow, just saying. You can record in game. This is something that we notice in the options. The game will autosave. I think they said every 3 seconds, so you do not need to save the game. there's an expo centre which I'll show you later in the screenshots. You will get challenges as you play, and these challenges will be global, and the top 10% on the leaderboard will get the achievement. This is something that they're going to launch when they launch the game. When you play with your friends, you can choose to play with them or against them, that's your choice. This is for PC, but I did notice online that they're talking about releasing the Mac version later on in the year. If your web drops out while you're playing, you can continue, but only for a certain length of time. It's not going to go on forever, but if it drops a little and then comes back, your game will be okay. They've prepared it for that. And that's it. I'll go and show you the screenshots now. Okay, this is the first screenshot that I took of Simcity, and there were 6 in total. We were allowed to take 10, but I got 6 back. This one was because of this speech bubble here that said, "I think I have a crush on our mayor." For those of you who haven't played the beta, these bubbles pop up from the Sims houses and they basically show what they're thinking about, their thought bubbles, and when you hover over them they become speech, and if they're green they're generally a good thing, like this little novelty speeches, but if they're red they're usually saying things like, "Ew, the sewers are bad," and things like that. Over here these are like things to achieve, like little goals that you can achieve, and if you're on target, I presume the smiley face happens from that. And up here, this is where you can talk to each other on your network. Then up here you've got like your achievements and options and origin connection, and this is how you rotate things if you don't want to do it with the keys and the mouse. And yeah, this is a commercial area and this is a residential area. That's the town hall there. This is one of the water pumps that I've put in, and all these little shops have really funny names, so it's kind of another level of fun looking in there. These are the removal vans, this one here, and then down here you can go, this is your city, this is how you specialise your city. Then this is your simoleons, this is if your Sims are happy or not. This is how much money, well, you're getting an hour. This is your speed and time, and if you hover over that it tells you the month and the date there. And this is your population. Obviously I just started this game, so don't judge. This is the bulldozer. Then down here you've got everything that you can do, like that you can place. This is your zones, and when it's yellow it means it needs attention, so you can go in there and you'll have someone telling you what you need and what your Sims are trying to get from you. This is your disasters, your roads, your electric, your water, your sewage, town hall and government things, waste, fire, health, police, libraries and schools, public transport, parks, like I said. And this is for demand. Green is residential, blue is commercial, and yellow is industrial. The higher the level of colour in this box, the higher the level of demand. Okay, on to the next screen. This one is the achievements. I took this for those of you who love achievements like me, and this is just some of the achievements that you can get in the game. My Sims are really happy in this particular screenshot, and also there's an example of the round road in the background. These screenshots will give away things to all of you. The deeper you look, the more you'll find. This right here was the police station. This is in the government tab, and that's the guy in government that will tell you what's wrong. You hover over this little warning sign here and he'll tell you what's going on, what's the problem. This is the town hall. When that bar gets full, which is done by pleasing your population and growing your population, you will be able to upgrade your town hall. And you'll get a little firework display, I'll show you that later. And there's a little government thing. Now that's actually obviously okay. So that icon there is to do with the people, and that one's to do with the government. So that's what those icons mean. Okay, we know that now. So there's 19 pages of achievements here, and they're all in different categories, and when they go like this, that means you've done them. So these are the ones I did when I was there. Okay, now I'm gonna go on to the next screenshot. If you have any questions about these screenshots, please ask them in the comments. I'll try and answer them as much as I can. This is the leaderboard. I took this one because I was second and I was quite proud of myself. This was my name when we were all playing in EA, and this was based on approval rating by your Sims, and all the others I wasn't doing very well, so this one I took a screenshot of. But yeah, you can do it by friends, you can filter by region, you can do it global, and yeah, it's very deep game. So much more to be discovered all the time, and these things pop up when petitions and things have been approved, or if there's been a disaster, it'll come up with the news headline. Okay, on to the next one. Another achievement one, but this also, I'm not sure why I took this because it's kind of the same as the last one, but if we look behind this, you can see that we have that. I think that's me hovering that's nothing, that shouldn't be there, that's me holding on to that while I did it. But yeah, this is like an uneven terrain region, and this road goes through the ground, and then some of them can come down and create bridges. You could also upgrade the bridges. I know Beyond Sims did that. And this is the fireman and the fire station and what that looks like. And yeah, I think that's all I can tell you about that one. It also tells you how many buildings have burnt down per day. In the health, it'll tell you how many deaths per day, etc. So on to the next screen. Alright, this is the mayor's mansion. This is something that the people will want you to have when you're good. And I fell in love with mine, to be honest. This is it upgrading, you get little fireworks and things, and unfortunately I think there's a bit of a glitch with this mayor's mansion. That's why I took a screenshot, because if you see it, it's on level 27. It just kept telling me to upgrade and upgrade. I think I got it to level 32 in the end and then gave up because it was just getting boring. But I think that was just a glitch and something that they will fix, especially now I've told them in this video. But yeah, I love this. I love how you could upgrade the government things and have a little fireworks. It was really good, and it made me lol, that little glitch, so thank you. And this is the water section. We only got to see the pumps because I never got, oh no, I think I did get that approved in the last game. I got better and better. But like Kip said at the end in the question and answer section, like, you do sort of, after a day of playing it, you think, right, I've cracked it now, and you progress really quickly, but it does have like a level of difficulty that increases the further you get, so you might think you're doing well and then you'll get faced with another challenge, which is really, really good. So on to the next screen. And this is pretty cool. This is at night time. You see all my street lights. You can get different roads, different types of roads, and you can upgrade your roads. This is the expo centre, which you weren't able to get in the beta version. That's really good, and you can earn a lot of money off that. You place it and then you can hold concerts, motocross events, things like that, and then it will cost you so much to hold the event, but then if you sell the tickets you can make a lot of money back. These are the thought bubbles that, like I said, the red one are alerting you to something, trying to tell you something. If you get an actual speech bubble, that's when you need to click it and go and see what's going on, and that will maybe give you things like this down your sidebar to fix and rewards. This is also the ferry part here. Very nice. Building can be extended and added to. Yeah, I was very grateful to have been able to experience that. I also did get some landmarks. I used the Sydney Opera House and the Empire State Building, but my screenshots of those weren't approved either, but that can only be a good thing because they're obviously things they're going to improve if they don't want us to see them yet. So much respect. That's it for the screenshots, hope you like them. Without this being an epically long video, there's also been some really big developments in The Sims and Sims Freeplay this week. Obviously there's been a Sims Freeplay update or two since I last mentioned them, so make sure you update your game. I'll put the trailer link in the description to the most recent one. It looks pretty freaking cool. There's been a new world announced for The Sims called Aurora Skies, which looks pretty amazing, and that's coming out on the 21st of Feb, I believe, and you can buy it with your Sim points. I'll probably touch on that in a future video, but go look that up. I'll put the link in the description about that as well, so you can learn more about that if you don't already know. Before I go, I do want to do another Sim related giveaway. This is from the shop Subtle Nerd over on Etsy, and they have been kind enough to send me this awesome Sims bracelet. I'll just show you it. It's so nice. It's quite tempted to keep it. There it is with its plumb bob goodness. It's really nice. It's got a really easy fasten there with the beading. It's really good quality, really strong. I'll show you it on. So that's what it looks like on. It's pretty nice. It's pretty sweet. Want one? So if you want to win this, all you've got to do is subscribe to all my channels. This channel, Rachybop Gaming, and Rachybop's iPhone. I'll put the link in the description to all of those. And comment and just say I want to win. It's open worldwide as usual, and it'll be completely random, and it will close at noon next Saturday. And before I go, a very special announcement that I've already made on Twitter and on my iPhone channel. I'm going to San Francisco, Redwood Shores, Electronic Arts to have a bit of a sneak peek. It's a Sims Community Day. There's a few of us going. I know that Curtis Paradise is going. Probably said his name wrong. Krill Sims 3, iPod Seek 1, Sim Supply. I'm sorry if I've forgotten anyone else, but I know you guys are going. If you are going, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you there. I'm going to a Sims Community Day. It's on February 13th. It's in San Francisco at the Electronic Arts headquarters, and I'm going to be, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing, but they've asked me to ask you if you want to ask anything about the upcoming games in 2013. So if you want to know anything about Island Paradise University, anything, let me know in the comments and I will ask them while I'm there, and I'll report back with all my answers. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and enemies, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Hi guys, Rachybop here. This is so cool, it's so foggy. What happened? Guys, I've just starting from where we left off. Aliens, aliens. I think it's aliens. I think this is definitely aliens. Oh my goodness, can I interact? Oh my goodness. I'm really excited. Oh no! What?